Hello, welcome to my class. Today, we're going to be learning about indices. Indices is the plural of index. An index just means the power. So in this place, we have 3. 3 is the index and x is the base. Here, 4 is the index and 2 is the base. And the index just means the number of times a number or a variable multiply itself. 3, x raised to power 3. The 3 as the index means x will multiply itself 3 times. That's x times x times x. And the 4 here means 2 will multiply itself 4 times. That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So why are we learning about indices? The indices help simplify math, help reduce error, and it can be used in diverse cases. Physics research, chemistry research, and different types of research. So there are 5 important laws of indices: multiplication law, division law, zero power law, negative power law, and power of the power law. It can also be called power law. Multiplication law. So multiplication law, just when two numbers with the same base multiply themselves, you add the power. So when multiplying terms with the same base, add their powers together. So here we have a raised to power m multiplied by a raised to power n. You just add their powers together. That's m plus n. X raised to power 2 times x raised to power 3. So how are we going to do this? So since they have the same base, we have to add their powers together. So you write x raised to power 2 plus 3, and which is equals to x raised to power what? 2 plus 3, 5. The second question, 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 2. If they have the same base, you can add their power. 2 raised to power 5. And this as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Remember, index means the number of times a number multiply itself. And this is what 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32. The final question, 3x raised to power 4 multiplied by x raised to power 2. 3x raised to power 4 multiplied by x raised to power 2. We should know that the coefficient of x squared as the number beside x squared is 1. This will give us 3 times 1 multiplied by x raised to power 4 times x raised to power 2. We have 3 times 1 is what? 3 multiplied by x raised to power 4 times x raised to power 2. So they have the same base. We can add their power. This will give us what? 3x raised to power 6. So let's try attempt this practice question. So please pause the video and attempt the question. Yes, I'm about to solve it now. You know that there's an invisible one here because any number raised by itself is just raised to power 1. So 2 itself is same thing as 2 raised to power 1. 3 itself is same thing as 3 raised to power 1. 4 on its own is same thing as 4 raised to power 1. And any number raised to power 1 is that same number. So this is what, since they have the same base, using the multiplication of indices law, we do what? 2 plus 1, which is 5 raised to power 3, and which is 5 times 5 times 5. And that should give us what? 1, 2, 5. Let's attempt the second question. M raised to power 4 times M raised to power 7. They have the same base of M, so we add their power. 4 plus 7 give us M raised to power 11. X raised to power 2 times 7, x raised to power 3. Final. 6 times 7 multiplied by x raised to power 2 multiplied by x raised to power 3. So what we do, we multiply the numbers and multiply the variables. And this will give us 6 times 7 42 times x raised to power 2 plus 3. You add their index of power, and this will give us 42x raised to power 5. So we're going to division law. So when dividing terms with the same base, you subtract the power of the denominator from the power of the numerator. So yeah, a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n. So we subtract the power of the numerator from the power of the you subtract the power of the denominator from the power of the numerator. This a raised to power m minus n. M over n, just m minus n. So let's go here. So we have x raised to power 5 divided by x raised to power 2. This x raised to power 5 minus 2, which is x raised to power 3. The next question is 10 raised to power 6 minus 4 is 10 raised to power 2. So the final question, we have 6x raised to power 7 divided by 2x raised to power 3. So to solve it very easily, you just focus on what? You focus on the 7 over 2x raised to power 3. So either you see it like this or you see it like this, 6x raised to power 7 divided by 2x raised to power 3. It's actually the same thing. What you do, you say 6 over 2 x raised to power 7 minus 3. And 6 divided by 2 will give us what? 3x raised to power 7 minus 3. 6 divided by 2, 3. X raised to power 7 minus 3, x raised to power. So let's do some practice on division. So you can pause the video now. Okay. That's b raised to power 4. Since they have the same base and this division, we subtract their powers. Is b raised to power 1. And anything raised to power 1 is what itself that's b. A raised to power 5 divided by a raised to power minus 2. So they have the same base, so we take it a, and that's 5 subtract minus, and we have, since we have negative 2. So please do not confuse this, since this power of the denominator is negative 2. Just put it minus division. This division is changed to minus, and then you put in minus 2. And this will give us a raised to power 5 minus minus 2. That's 5 plus 2, and they give us a raised to power 7. And for the last question, we have 56 divided by 7, 0 raised to power 4 is equals to minus 3. So 56 divided by 7, 0 raised to power 4 minus 0 raised to power 3. And this will give us what? What is 56 divided by 7? This is what? 0 raised to power 4 minus 3 is 1. This will give us 8c. Anything raised to power 1 is 10. So, and we have this zero power law. Zero power law is the easiest law. Any number Any non-zero number or variable raised to the power of 0 always equals to 1. So any non-negative number or variable raised to the power 0 always equal 1. So we have a raised to the power 0 is 1, b raised to the power 0 is 1, and c raised to the power 0 is 1, or any number or variable raised to the power 0 is 1. So then x raised to the power 0 is just 1, 5 raised to the power 0 is 1, and 3x raised to the power 0 is 1. Any non-zero number. So because it means 0 raised to the power 0 is not 1. For the rest, z raised to the power 0 is 1. Then if I have a square and 3a square all raised to the power 0, you should know it's what? 1. And then we have negative power law. So negative power law, a negative power law indicates the reciprocal of the base raised to a positive power. So we have a raised to power negative n is equals to 1 over a raised to power n. A raised to power negative n equals 1 over a raised to power n. So just repeat itself, but don't put the negative power. So in this place, we have x raised to power negative 3, and this is equals to what? 1 over x raised to power 3. Just repeat it, but don't put a negative power. And 2 raised to power minus 2 is 1 over 2 raised to power 2. And since 2 is a number, 2 raised to power 2 is 1 over 2 times 2, which is 1 over 4. And the final question, we have 3x raised to power minus 1. And this is what? 1 over 3x raised to power 1. And anything raised to power 1 is what? Is itself. We have 1 over 3x. So you have some negative power law question to practice. So pause the video here and attempt the question. Okay? We have x raised to power minus 1 is just 1 over x raised to power 1. So you repeat itself, but don't put the negative. And anything raised to power 1 is itself. That's 1 over x. 5 raised to power minus 3, just same as what? 1 over 5 raised to power 3. And this will give us 1 over. That's it. You can leave your answer like this, or a better still, you expand the 5 raised to power 3 is 5 times 5 times 5, and that will give us 1. 6x raised to power negative 2, 1 over 6x raised to power 2. And there's 1 over 6x times 6x. This will give us 1 over 36 x raised to power 2. So we have 1 here, we have 1, and we add 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 6 times 6, 36. Power of a power law. That's the final law, or you can call it power law. So when an exponential term is raised to another power, multiply the exponential together. So we have if a raised to power m already has an index, and when you're raising to the power of another, again, you should multiply their index. We have like 2 raised to power 2 now raised to power 3. You just know it's 2 raised to power 2 times 3, and this 2 raised to power 6, something like this. So let's solve this. X raised to power x squared raised to power 3. So this is not multiplication law. This is different from multiplication law. Multiplication law, you have two different x multiplying themselves, but this is x squared all raised to power 3. So this is power law, power of a power law. And that's x raised to power 2 times 3, and that's x raised to power 6. And 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by all raised to power 2. This, we use the power law again, 2 raised to power 3 times 2, which is 2 raised to power 6. You can get 2 raised to power 6 is what? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 22, and 64. And 3x squared all raised to power 2. So solving this, so you can easily do this as 3x squared times 3x squared. And this will give us 9x raised to power 2 plus 2, and that's 9x raised to power 4. Another way of solving this same equation is saying 3x squared all squared give us 3 square x all square. And 3 square is 3 times 3, which will give us 9. And this is x 2 times 2, giving us 9x raised to power 4. So you can solve this last question either like this or like this. And so the final practice question for power law. So you can pause the video now solve this equation, we have c raised to power 5 times 3 with this power law. This will give us c raised to power 10. And to solve this, you have 2 raised to power minus 2 times minus 3. That will give us what? 2 raised to power. So negative 2 times negative 3 minus times minus what? Positive. And 2 times 3, 6. That's 2 raised to power 6. And this should be 64. And 0 raised to power 5. 0 raised to power 5 times that 0 raised to power 5 times minus 3. This will give us 0 to the power minus 15. And which you can now use the negative power law as 1 over 0 to the power 15. Okay, so we have some practice question here. So you can quickly pause the video and attempt them. Okay, so let's go. X raised to the power 4 times x raised to the power 2. So we know this what multiplication law. So do 4 plus 2 is x raised to the power 6. 8 raised to the power 5 divided by 8 raised to the power 2. So this is division law. So use 8 raised to the power 5 minus 2. And this 8 raised to the power 3. Y raised to the power 0. Anything raised to the power 0, it's what? 1 except 0. Except 0 raised to the power 0 is not 1. For any non-zero number or variable raised to the power 0, it's 1. 4 raised to the power negative 2. There's negative power law. You just do 1 over 4 raised to the power 2. So don't put a negative here. And there's 1 over what is 4 square. This is 4 times 4, which is 16. Yeah. X raised to the power 3 or raised to the power 2. So this is what? Power law. And this will give us x raised to the power 3 times 2, which is x raised to the power 6. This is our equation. 5x raised to the power 6 divided by x raised to the power 3. So we do 5. This is an invisible one here. So we do 5 over 1 x raised to the power 6 minus 3. So 5 divided by 1, x raised to the power 6 divided by x raised to the power 3. And since we know the division law, we apply that. And this will give us what? 5x raised to the power 3. And the final equation, 2x squared all raised to the power 3. So we will solve it using this method. We do 2 raised to the power 3, x squared all raised to the power 3. And what is 2 raised to the power 3? That's 2 times 2 times 2, which is going to give us what? 8. And what? And this x raised to the power 2 times 3. And this 8x raised to the power 6. Thank you very much.